Gotta love the good old perch. Yeah, sorry, it looked like we're having a minor stream difficulties here. I was just checking in.
Yep.
That doesn't seem to be pulling up on YouTube.
Oh, we're not on YouTube. Okay. Did you guys click go live on YouTube as well? If it might have to do that. But one stream note. Make sure the key is updated because it does change. But anyway, we're gonna continue on with the stream.
All right, so yeah, it looks like Grip Bear now has 3 hatcheries. Sorry about the little distraction there. Looks like we got some good Overlord spread. Grip Bear's suiciding or that wasn't an Overlord. That was some Lings. Looks like we got some evolution chambers coming out for Cyril. So yeah, speed's about to come out.
Yeah, so
there we go. And the stream is live.
All right, we are live on the interwebs for all our adoring fans.
Yep.
We got just this patch of 4 Lings on the map for Cyril, scouting to see all kinds of timings. They're going to run into an identical number of Lings there at Gripper's base and be pushed back. So game looks like it's again progressing very similarly, but we do have early Banelings from Cyril.
Nice. Raji maybe just going for that early ground pressure, try to get some quick damage done. Maybe get a little leg up here.
Yeah, for sure. ZVZ is changed somewhat. It's probably changed the least, I would say, over the years compared to the other 2 mirrors anyway. But it tipped historically a bit of a roach fest. Now, though, there are broader options, we should say. So now we're definitely going to see some Ling Bane battles, which are always nice to watch.
And sure, we'll see these Lings coming now with speed here. Grip Bear did end up dropping down the Roach Warren, so it looks like he's going to go for Roaches. We'll see if Cyril's trying to get that scout with the Baneling here to come find these Lings.
Yeah, so he can really zone out the Lings with the Banelings. Banelings, of course, trade very well against Zerglings. He's going to get a nice hit on this Nexus, or this hatchery, excuse me, and gets a good hit with the Banes. There are more Banes coming in. Doesn't want to waste them on single Lings, though, so he's going to hold them off and is going to defend the base for now.
Nice. Yep. Oh, sorry, coming a bit of a yawn there. Make sure I drank some caffeine and sugar before this, but it hasn't quite kicked in yet.
We don't have this. We don't have a fresh barbecue for us this week to keep us going. So yeah. Eagle's gonna have to mail us some barbecue there to keep us going in these remote weeks.
Yeah.
But so what are you thinking, Patch? We do see the Spire going up, and we see Roaches on Grip Bear's side. What do you think we're looking like? What do you think these builds look?
I mean, they're looking pretty decent. Looks like, sorry, I'm zoning out there a little bit. Looks like Cyril's going more for, Roach Baneling. Still committing on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like we have a Spire going down, so he's going to take advantage of the Roaches. The Roach investment from Grip Bear and try to get some air up quick to get some damage done.
Yeah, exactly. We have the 2 most popular options. Both players are using a different one of those options, whereas Cyril's going for the bling, as we call it in the community, with mutas versus a more Roach Hydra play. And we do see, if we can check out the Nidus, we have Nidus Network going down. Ooh. And so yeah, we're going to we got that right there. Thank you to our tech team. So that's going to be a important strategy, and it actually, there goes that Nidus right now.
And question is, will Cyril be able to locate it in time before Grit Bear takes advantage of it. He's shown his hand with the Mutalisk.
Yep, he has. So we do have that Nidus Outpouring. The Roaches and Queens come out. The Bailing, the Zergos are trying to get the Nidus. They aren't able to get the Nidus. They are getting a nice surround, but Bailings are coming in, crashing into the Hydras, which is the target they want. He does have a good force left over, and those Queens are healing each other. So this is looking rough for Cyril at the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty tight or tough army to defend here. Better Roach is doing all that big con damage. The Queens be able to heal each other. This base right here is going to go down at least.
Oh yeah, that base does fall. There's a get a big supply difference. Most of that is in army, and that is not good for Cyril because he's closing in on the natural, and that Baneling mess is not going to hold long. The Lings do get a nice surround on the units of Grit Bear, and here come the Mutas to lay down as much damage. He really has to focus on these Queens because they are the biggest challenge here.
Yeah, but he's even pulled the workers to try to get some defense here. He's kind of defending with everything he has. Looks like he's going to clean up this round of units, but there really could be looks like there could be a critical mass of more units coming.
Exactly. So that was, we're concluding a big battle there. We do have Cyril at a major disadvantage here, and that new Nidus has just popped south of the natural there.
Oh, and okay, good. Looks like he decided against it as these armies coming up. It looked like he was about to move those units across the slow zone. And there's the GG.
There's the GG, and that'll wrap up Game 1 victory for Microsoft Grit Bear. We did have the clashing of two strategies, and Ling Bling Muta, it can be pretty tough to deploy against that build. And Grit Bear macroed very well, and he just teched nicely, and it seems like he caught Cyril a bit off guard.
Yeah, Cyril just really didn't look prepared for that. Wasn't expecting it. Ended up, just getting hit by it in just the wrong spot. Losing that third base, and then the army coming in and getting a little too far into his front door there. All right, well, we'll take a quick break as we get ready for match number 2.
Yeah, exactly. We'll prepare. We're going to make some changes on our stream. Thank you, Eagle Searcher and Dan Blam, for running that this week. And we're going to be getting going with match number 2 after that, and I'll tell you what that will be. So in game 2, not match 2, that would be game 2, we have Zip from Red Hat versus Funkaze. There's a Protoss player from Microsoft. Hard name to say. I'm just going to call him Mr. Fun. So, ZVP next, Batch.
Yep. It's going to be on another new map, Everdream. It's more of a standard playing map out of the new map pool. It looks like they tried to do a few different things this time around with the maps that they introduced in the ladder. New interesting strats. So the rush distance of this one's kind of short. It's about 37 seconds. That's pretty quick. Zip is a diamond, and Funkaze is a diamond 1. So close to an even matchup. Interesting to see. ZVP is a little interesting. Looks like we're trying to get everybody into the lobby. Just taking a second here.
Exactly. So just bear with us a moment. We're getting next game set up here, and we'll deliver you more Starcraft.
Yeah. What's going on? As you know, CEA is a charity league between various different companies. Whoever wins ends up getting the prize money. And basically, everybody's registration fees that get paid in. They get paid. Of course, a good portion of that goes to charity, and they get paid out to the winning charity.
Yeah, exactly. So we do have everyone working their best to decide where this prize pool for the whole league is going to be donated. So again, this is friendly competition here, but each company, of course, does want to gather that pot and make a difference in the world. So a really good league with people fighting for a good cause. So we're going to get ready and head into game 2. And again, that is a ZVP with Zip from Red Hat versus FunKs from Microsoft.
I'm curious on that pronunciation. There's a really interesting spelling of a word, so
yeah,
how I suggest it should be made.
We need a player interview because is it FunKs? There's that I in there. So how do I go about navigating that? This is really much more important than the Starcraft being big. However,
yep.
We are going to start off this game, and going to start off in the lower left corner with our Zerg player from Red Hat. It is Zip.
Yep, and up here in the top right corner for Microsoft, it is FunKs. Well, FunKs name.
FunKs, yes, very
FunKsy.
That's how I would describe it. Yep.
All right, so you play a little bit of Protoss. I'm curious of what you think here should be an appropriate opener.
Yeah, so okay, so he does get that immediate gateway. So usually in this matchup, if we go back to the natural of FunKs for a second, usually in this matchup we have a wall. The Protoss player forms a wall at their natural, and that is to, of course, deny the Zerg access to their base, and specifically Ling run-bys can be very damaging to the Protoss. So he's gonna do his scouting, and he's probably going to decide how defensive he needs to be based on what he sees here.
It looks like you've got the natural going down. Looks like a standard Zerg expand pool. I'm not sure what the exact term of that is, and FunKs feeling a little safe. Looks like he's going to expand behind it as well.
Exactly. Yeah. He is going for that nexus. So, again, pretty common again. And scouting is a lot about what you see, and it's also about what you don't see. So this early in the game, there are not that many options. But what's most important for the Protoss player and for the Zerg in hand is the timing of the third base. So what I do in the matchup is keep my probe at around between the second and third and really see when that's going down, because that will tell him a whole lot about what Zip is planning to do.
Yeah. And looks like he's trying to go in for another scout real quick just to see what additional building Zip is doing. Zip hasn't put down anything else yet, so he probably feels safe and comfortable as a standard opener.
Yeah, it is very standard for sure. That Overlord.
Overlord, he's about to go hop in our favorite spot, as it's known, Curve Perch. A nice little hidden spot where ground units cannot get vision above that little segment of the map, therefore the Overlord stays hidden. Usually a good way to keep an eye on the enemy's base before he can.
Yeah, and we have these Lings chasing away that probe, but the probe it looked like saw the drone on its way to that.
Yep.
Forming the base. So, and that is a forward third base, by the way. So definitely a strategy choice by Zip to go with that location. But now if we go back to FunKs' base for a second, we will see that he's getting his starport is just finishing. He does have a Adept out and a Stalker just finished as well. So, we have the Oracle going down. So likely going to see some early harass to Zip's base. Got to kill them drones.
Yep, early economy damage being an important part of the game. If you can pull it off, you're gonna. One of the big aspects of any real-time strategy game is economy first, and so you want to try to get or squeak out any advantage you can. Destroying enemy workers is one of them, and oracles are highly effective at it, unfortunately. I have died many a time to these annoying little things.
Yes, as someone that builds them occasionally, they are very effective, but they do have limited time to attack because, of course, they take energy, and we can see that number ticking up in the lower right. He's got about 70 plus now. So going to come in, wants to avoid the queen altogether and go for the drones, which is the right call. He's getting 4 or 5 drones already. 6, here we go. So he has paid for that oracle already, unfortunately for Zip. Got some good damage in, and most importantly, it survived to live to tell the tale.
Yep, that is definitely something that's going to be hurting Zip a little bit here in a bit when he decides to go back out, is the fact that these oracles are still alive, and he's got 2 of them out now. Looks like he's trying to just snowball a little bit on the oracles while they are working.
For sure. So he's going to check out the position. Zip does have Spore Crawler in place there at the 3rd. Which is enough to deter the oracles for now. They are pretty squishy units, but they're going to continue to be important as the game goes on, of course, because the oracles can do more than fry drones. They can set up stasis wards, which will lock enemy units in place for a while and make them invincible. And of course, they can use Revelation, which is a detection tool. But right now, he's going to continue to check out the natural Zip. He's going to fly around a bit. However, we do have the Robo going down, and charge on the way back at home while these oracles do some work in the natural.
Yeah, looks like they kind of just flew in and then flew right back out. We're able to get a little bit done. Looks like he lost one of them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and so on Zip's end, we do have Roach Speed finishing, and also we have Ravagers on the way, which are a good unit for taking out expensive Protoss units. Send down the bile, let it rain down, and burn yourself up some Protoss.
And good at working on busting open front doors as well. Yeah.
These Lings to get a full surround on the Stalker. The Oracles come in to try to save the day, but it is too late. Teammate down. So he's going to gather his forces there right outside the natural area. Looks like he wants to posture on the map and maybe make sure Zip doesn't get too greedy. However, on the bottom side of the map, we do have a Roach Ravager force coming into the 3rd.
Yep. You just got to try to get some damage done here on the 3rd base. Take out some of these warp gates. The Oracles have showed up, and they're doing what they can against these Ravagers, and the army has showed up as well to try to help clear this up.
Yeah, he lands some nice biles on the back. This is Zip clearly has the larger force here. He is muscling his way to the back line of Funcase's army. That Immortal is the most important unit to keep alive. He is retreating it back. It looks like it's going to get caught out, and this is looking pretty rough for the Protoss player.
Yeah, Zip's got a sizable supply lead now, 68 to 22. At the very least, it looks like this 3rd will get kind of cleaned up here for a bit. Looks like the Oracle actually scared away the army. Zip not having any anti-air at the moment.
Yeah, so as you said a moment ago, to quote Todd, the soup does not lie, and there's a big supply lead here you see in the lower left corner of the screen. And so if you also look over in the army, we can see that the supply difference is almost all in army. So that means Zip has a huge army, Funkase does not, and therefore he is incentivized to take a battle. He's going to try to land.
The real thing that's kind of right now working against Zip is these Oracles are able to take out these Ravagers, and he really needs to at least get some anti-air to deal with these guys.
He does, yeah. Relying on biles alone is pretty tough, as Oracles are very fast. So Oracles are gonna chase them back. Zip is getting a Spire, as we can see. Thank you, Tech Team. So that will allow him to deal with those Oracles. Do have some Adepts warping in, some Mortals on the way. Looks like the game is going to slow down for a little while. Those Oracles, again, here we're really illustrating why it was so important for Funkase to keep these Oracles alive, because you can see how much scouting work they're doing. Just being annoying, killing a drone. Gas drones are the best ones to kill, however, because they require the player to manually queue up workers to get back to gas. So Zip's going to come in and muscle his way in with this roach force, see what he can get done at third base.
And again, just trying to shut down this third base. Looks like he's got a good critical mass ravages there, but he decides not to take this fight today. Kind of backs away for the moment. Looks like there's a little something happening in his base. He cleaned it up. Zip's going up to 4.
Yeah.
You want to kind of, especially for Zerg, you kind of want to stay at least a base up. And looks like some more stuff's going on in Zip's base. Probably the Morphos harassing the workers a little bit. Yeah, 10 workers now have been killed.
Yeah. So those oracles are continuing to pay for themselves.
12 now in the natural, it looks like.
Yeah, so we have Storm finishing up. As you can see, attack upgrades on the way as well. And so, the Protoss player at this point in the game, we look at that ball of roaches there. They really need splash damage. And Archons do splash damage, and so does Storm. Both made from the High Templar there, you can see. So it's going to be very important to cut down on those numbers.
Looks like Zip's just kind of walking around the map. FMK's is kind of just hanging out at home. Got some... I only have some air units from Zip. Flying around with these. Kind of doing some econ harass as well.
Yeah, speedy warping, some stalkers. Not going to be enough to deal with that many mutas, but the Phoenixes... There's that revelation on the mutas. A nice move by Funkcase. It's going to slowly pick away at these mutas. Phoenixes are very good at doing that. Does lose one on the way. But he is going to... Go ahead.
Sorry. Even with all this, looks like the worker count's still quite even. Zip doing a good job of keeping back up in worker supply. And also has a commanding army lead as well. So hopefully you can just get enough anti-air mixed in to take care of these oracles.
Yeah, we are moving towards the mid to late game stage here, and that is where it becomes all the more important to properly expand throughout the map and really control the pace of the game. And so that's what he's trying to do with these flocks of units. We do have the oracles. Really wants to kill them. They're being super annoying.
Good. Those oracles definitely hung around probably a little longer than they should have. They did a great job there of,
it looks like he's
their main function.
He's sending some units into Zip's natural there. He's going to come clean that up. Just some zealot run by. Doesn't get much done. And what do we have on the way here in the production tab there, Patch, for Funkcase?
Looks like some carriers are about to come out. It's gonna be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, so carriers of course are the late game unit of the Protoss air arsenal, and they're good at fighting a lot of small units. So roaches do not shoot up. However, Zip has mutas, and he is of course getting his greater spire. So I am looking like we are going to see some corruptors being made at some point to deal with these carriers.
Yep. A little quick engagement here with these roaches. They kind of scope out that we got these carriers. Again, just kind of poking in, seeing what's going on. A few of them get picked off here, but still commanding, in number at least, army lead by Zip.
Yeah, and as this game has gone on, Funkcase has really improved his chances of winning the game, I would say. It was looking pretty bad for him, but he was able to stabilize, and at this point, the game looks very even to me. Both players on 4 base, a healthy economy with around 70 workers, and so this game could go anyway. We got an exciting game to watch here.
Oh, and this looks like it's going to be a bad position here. Zip breaking down this wall, and the army comes in and picks him up. Forces Zip to retreat that ground a little bit.
That Protoss army is just kind of saying, hey, what's up, man? Not quite ready to fight. Just wanted to let you know I'm in town. I'm gonna just figure out what I want to do next as you attack my fourth base here, third base.
So we do have a fourth or fifth base going down for Zip, trying to maintain that base lead there. And a little bit of a poke into the third base of Funke's. I think he's just trying to sacrifice some supply at this point. Send a few roaches in, make units. A few roaches in, make units.
Yeah, we got. We also have our DT shrine being made right now. So
does it have any detection?
He does have a few overseers. I've seen they've definitely been getting killed. We do, but we have the battle forming here at the fourth base or fifth base, and
Ravagers.
Roach Ravager, Broodlord, some whole bunch of biles going down. Lands a ton of them. Very nicely done. But
as well.
Yeah, so these storms are ripping up the Broodlords. The supply is plummeting for Zip. He's really got to come up with an answer for this air immortal force here. Looks like he's got a ton of Zerlings on the way to deal with the ground units. He's trying to pump out as many corruptors as he can. He is severely minerals gas starved.
Yep.
Or gas starved, excuse me.
Yep. He does end up taking down one of Zip's forward base here. The roaches again trying to poke out one of Funke's bases, but these DTs are here to clean it up. And quite a devastating supply lead right now between Zip and Funke. Zip looks like Zip though is trying to keep up the odds a little bit, get some surrounds on those stalkers, and will at least repel this attack for now.
Exactly, yeah. So Zip has survived to fight another day, but he is definitely down. Gonna move across with some lings here. Really wants to see if he can get some work done, hampering the economy of Funke's. So
it ends up looks like Zip doing some damage here on the forward base. Looks like he's trying to take out this dark shrine, and it looks like he's almost got it, but the army showed up and defended it. And that bay again.
And at the same time, he does lose his base here in the left side of the map. So things looking tough for Zip. However, he is not out of this game. He just needs some clever play. Needs to get some tricks up his sleeve here and try to do some economic damage and kind of just stall the game out so he can stabilize.
He tried to sneak a Dark Templar in there, or Dark Templar in there real quick to see what he could find. Did get detected, got picked off. And Zip still expanding, ending up taking that far top left base there. Looks like he's trying to keep one hidden, at least for as long as he can.
Yeah, he does need that. That is a good idea. Both players we can see are very over harvesting on their bases with about double the supply here. But so there is a false fight happening here. Some storms going down on these roaches. They are forced to pull back. I don't think Zip is ready to engage this. He does have a pack of corruptors coming in to fight off this army. Roaches coming in on the ground. Storm does miss, and he's going to try to hold on here.
And it looks like one of these carriers is about to go down while these roaches are running around. Dark Templar or DT there again, just doing a little damage. These corruptors are chasing the army.
He does have a nice corruptor flock there, get some good damage on that carrier. Does want to finish it off, but he is going to pull back because those Archons warping underneath will do some good damage to those corruptors. Now that base is finished, and so Zip is really trying to get his economy on track. He's 30 workers down from his opponent, but his army is just as large, so he is holding up in that way.
Yep. Well, looks like good.
Yes, we got another base being put down for Funke's. His economy is really booming, and he's spending it very well. To his credit, he is not banking much at all. So he's really got his macro in check here. And Zip on Zip's side of the map, he's trying to do the same thing. He's got a lot of drones in production, some more corruptors, the missile attacks, and so This is good for Zip. The more the game slows down, definitely in his favor to kind of buy some time, control his side of the map, and get back to where he wants to be.
Yeah. Starting to kind of get here into the late game. It'll be interesting to see where we go from here. These bases are starting to really get mined out. Need to be really need to start expanding out and finding more resources.
Exactly. As you said, we have this base. We've got this base being attacked by a DT here. It does have an overseer coming in. But yeah, a lot of these bases are being overmined because there's just not enough safe bases. However, he's trying to continue to harass. Does target the Spore, of course, because that means he can come back later with that DT and be real annoying.
Again, Zip goes ahead and immediately places it down. And Finke is here trying to force another engagement while Zip's army is a little spread out. They does start focusing down these carriers with the corruptors. He gets one. Looks like he's going to pick off another one.
He does, but he is running out of corruptors. The roaches are going to come and see what they can do on the ground. Immortals are a direct counter to roaches, so that is going to be tough. And
Lords now are about to get doing what they can. Looks like they got a little shredded.
And we've got a whole pack of charge lots coming in. This is looking real tough for Zip. He does have a bunch of corruptors and lings on the way. He's going to need to have a last stand here because he probably can't afford to lose another base.
No, he cannot. Looks like Big Cage is really just getting a little bit of an upper hand. Zip up there, the top center, trying to get some damage on those bases. It looks like the Zealots will clean it up while Big Cage is just making his way and cutting a path in between Zip's two sets of bases here.
Some nice micro by these corruptors from Zip. Does his best to dodge these storms and archons.
And there's the GG.
There's the GG nonetheless. So we got our late game macro battle there. Unfortunately for Red Hat, not the way they would have wanted to turn out. And this series is 0-2 in favor of Microsoft.
Yep. So far it's been a little interesting, pretty straight up games. Being a Red Hatter, I'm kinda a little sad about it, but we're getting some really good games here from my casting viewpoint. I'm enjoying the fact that there's some nice games, we're having fun.
Exactly. We are, of course, casting for the Red Hatlings here. However, we do like seeing good Starcraft, and we are definitely getting to see that. So just bear with us a minute as we get ready for game number 3. We're going to be setting up, and I will tell you in a second what that matchup is going to be. Game number 3 is going to be Philosophitas, who is the Red Hatlings player, playing Prodox, as you can imagine from his name. He's going to be versing a player named Unknown from Microsoft Digital 4 Games, and that is a Terran player. So we have a PvT, and that is going to be played on the very controversial, love it or hate it map of Glen Wall. And so yeah, we'll sort of see what we got here. While we have a minute, I'd like to hear from our tech team for a minute if they are available. What are they thinking so far about the matches today? Do we have any words from Eagle and Danglam? They may not be in a position to answer me. They are doing all the hard work behind the scenes while I blab on about StarCraft.
We're here. We're here. It's a great cast so far. It's been a pair of terrific games, really. Great work from our casters. Great work from our observer, Danglam. So just a couple quick words while we're waiting for the lobby to get kicked off. You are, of course, watching the Corporate Esports Association Spring 2020 season. All our teams here playing for charity. We do have our representative from Red Hat taking the week off this week from playing Patch. What charity is it that Red Hat is playing for?
That is a good question. I'm gonna Patch is on his way back. He will be back in a second. I will relay that question to him.
I'm back. Give me 2 seconds.
I don't know.
It's the pretty in pink foundation. And just
you.
so Microsoft doesn't feel left out, they are going with Doctors Without Borders.
Thank you, damn Glam, for the knowledge drop.
I'm pretty sure it's not the Pretty in Pink Foundation, it's the Halloween Foundation. Because I'm the one who ended up choosing the charity.
Okay, well, we have clarified that. Damn Glam was close, and now we have the official name.
All right, guys. Looks like our game's about to start. So good luck, have fun, and get at it.
Yeah, here we go. So PVT on Golden Wall. So Patch, have you had a chance to play this map on ladder yet?
I have. I really don't like this map.
Me neither.
See here on the screen, there's this nice big wall dividing the 2 side bases, and it's a pretty straightforward beeline in the back. Give me a second here to get the introductions.
Yeah, it sure is, and yeah, we'll give a second. So we have in the bottom right corner, we have the Unknown playing from Microsoft Bill 4 Gates. And in the lower left corner,
we have Philosoptos playing for Hatlings.
That's right. So,
as I was saying, so this bottom half of the map that's blocked off by the wall from the top half of the, well, bottom third and top 2/3. You have some minerals in the back of your base, and it looks like Philosoptos is actually already going for those minerals. And if you can very easily open up a path to your opponent in the back half of the bay without him entirely realizing it, and take advantage of that. So I've done it myself. Especially that wall on the insides of the bases, you can kind of line up there and get some work done. I've had it happen to me. Just this morning, I had some Protoss come in my back door and just destroy my base. So it brings in a new aspect. It gives you a second lane of stuff you have to worry about.
For sure, it is a trick in the Protoss arsenal, to say the least. And so Philosoptos is doing everything he can to decide what sort of trick he wants to pull out of that bag of tricks. So
looks like this probe is coming over. The Unknown looks like he does expand. So far, doesn't see like he's noticed anything. Has the Unknown even scouted at this point? The Reaper does scout.
He has not. Yeah, the Reaper is the typical option in PvT, in most matchups really, to do that early scouting. So the Unknown is going to take that Reaper and head over. But what do we have here? We have
something proxied over here.
We certainly do. We have Philosoptos deciding that some queso is needed in this here, and we're gonna unleash the queso.
Yeah. So yeah, very annoying part of that is, you know, you're not gonna get vision on that part of the map unless you really are worried about it. Philosoptos here trying to get that Reaper, trying to keep him from at least scouting that back. It looks like he didn't realize it, so he's going back home. That'd be the biggest scare if he tipped his hat at this moment, because it's.
Yes.
And it looks like a bunker's going down out front for the Unknown.
Well, yeah. So he did get some information. It's really, again, it's what he didn't see, I would say.
Yeah.
And so he did not see much tech structures, much. He's wondering where the rest of the money is being spent by Philosoptos, is really what he's thinking.
And he's poking back in, and it looks like he's expecting something to come from the front. He's invested in some front defense here. Does have a reactor on the racks, and he's got a Cyclone coming out, but a Void Ray is about to pop out, and he has a couple shield batteries already. This could get interesting.
This is definitely gonna be interesting. That Reaper is going back to see what else.
We're already getting upgrades for the Cyclone, by the way. And here comes the Void Ray.
Here comes the Void Ray. And that Void Ray, Cyclones are very good when microed. He's not microing the Cyclone. When the Cyclone goes down. And that is a big loss for the Unknown, as the key unit to kill these Void Rays is killed.
He doesn't need to lose. He's going to lose this Void Ray. He needs to get over there to the shield batteries. That's what they're for. Oh, and he saved it.
So he saved
Void Ray coming out.
Yeah, second Void Ray coming out. He is going to repair the shields of that Void Ray. Very nice positioning of these shield batteries. He can take advantage of the terrain over that base and really micro them back and forth. And that's what he's going to do right now.
Start picking off. Ooh, Viking's coming out. Again, these shield batteries are enough to keep these Void Rays from really taking any real damage.
They are, and so Marines are very good against Void Rays. We say Void Rays excel at targeting single units at a time. Cyclones also very good at fighting the Void Rays. So
one of them goes down.
One does go down. That second one is in trouble. He does pull out a Cyclone lock-on range.
Mag Accelerator is about to finish upgrading, and at this point, he needs to. I'd say he probably needs to not engage with the main army.
He does have 4 adepts coming across the map too.
That bunker.
That natural is completely undefended. So now is his best chance, if any, to split that army up and get some damage done.
Ooh.
It is looking rough for Felicitas, if I'm going to be honest. He does get some nice deny mineral time. He is going to tap out AG.
And there's the match. Quick 3-0 this time. Microsoft just taking it against Red Hat here. But it was a good game. It's fun to watch, fun to cast.
Yeah, we do have a very fast match today. We're under an hour, but all the players are still in good spirits and good conduct here. Everyone wishing everyone good game, and we're going to do the same. But not the result we were hoping for, but again, as you said, some good games, and yeah.
Yeah, so thanks again, guys, for tuning in with us. Thanks for sticking at our inaugural remote cast. Trying to bring you good content still in the day and age of coronavirus here, and it's kind of got all of us a little different than what we're used to. We figure we can give you some quality entertainment while you're stuck in the house and need something to do. Try not to kill your family. So we figure we provide you some stress relief.
Family homicide is not recommended out there. As you said, you definitely want to let out any feelings like you have like that. Why not play some StarCraft? Why not watch some StarCraft? And just realize things are going to be okay.
That's right, folks. Social distancing doesn't apply to the internet.
It's physical social distancing, not digital social distancing.
Thank God I don't have to build my cannon 6 feet apart, because that would really be hard to get a cannon rush off.
Thank you, and that of course was our tech team today, Eagle, Searcher, and Damn Glam joining in. What did you two think of the games today?
It was a good set of games. That third game from Felicitas, pulling out the cheese. Wasn't sure what was going to happen with that, but I have to say honestly that second game, that composition from that Protoss was just all over the place. It just had a little bit of everything.
It really did. It was kind of hard to, in Zip's position, it was hard to figure out what to build because he was switching around so much. He almost built every single unit that Protoss has available, and so yeah, a tough build to fight, and really solid macro by that player as well. So just a tough opponent, and we, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was well fought. All 3 games today. I felt that Red Hat probably had a good shot in all 3 of them.
We got to see that queso be deployed, but it was sent back to the kitchen. So not every time are some people are lactose intolerant, and they just gotta send it back.
That's right. Really creative though, but I think real good games all across. I feel Red Hat had a good shot, and Microsoft just inched them out in the first 3 games.
For sure. So unfortunately, that means we have a short day today, and the loss for Red Hat. But we will of course be back at the same time next Saturday. We hope the world is in such a case that we will not be remote. However, we are expecting for at least another week to continue to operate this way, but still bring you the best StarCraft action from the CEA. So unless anyone has any other comments, we'll head off for today. Anything else anyone wanted to say before we head out? I
think that's just about everything. So I'm Eagle Searcher, and for the rest of the SCTuesdays team, thank you for joining in. Look for us again here next Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, as we go into Week 5. Red Hat dropping to 1-3 on the season, and we'll be facing another opponent, also with the same record. And for the rest of the team, GG. We'll catch you next time.
GG.